All right, everybody, welcome back to another MVP clip. Today, um, you know, after the 30 lieutenant's promotion and a little advice that I gave him, now it's time to discuss the fourth lieutenant of MVP's ninth gen, and that individual is named Gasser. Now, Gasser is a very unique player because when Gasser came into an MVP, he was a zombie player guy. All he likes is zombies. He's passionate about zombies. He loves playing zombies. Now, it's not like I've never dealt with players in MVP in the past that loved zombies and tried to mix both, like, you know what I mean, do zombies and play with the fam online. I'm not gonna say those individuals' names because right now that's not important. But why is Gasser being promoted to the fourth lieutenant of ninth gen? When Gasser joined after his debut, after he won his debut, by the way, and beat one of our top tier lieutenants, Joke, at the time, the second lieutenant of ninth gen, it gave me a little confusion because Joke is at the point as a lieutenant where, MVP was kind of holding on his shoulders for the longest time, not in a stressful way, just in a way where it was just him and it was just Dominic, it was just Dopey for the longest time. They had a few members, but they didn't really play much, and their captain was disorganized and couldn't build the team, couldn't finish ninth gen. A lot of people in his gen didn't really like him. Only Dopey did, and the gen was just dying from the moment, dying faster each day that the fifth cap at the time was just failing to finish. So majority of the gen's energy and spirit and everything came from the members, came from Dopey and Joke, just online playing with Illuminati, an old veteran cap like myself, and getting videos. And we got a lot of videos in Modern Warfare, which was very surprising. But back to Gasser. So Gasser beats this guy that had everything I was just saying a majority ago. Incredible determination, amazing analyzing capabilities, strategizing, guns and everything. But the problem is that his second generation style is so OP. It's camping and a mix of holding down a specific area that you're in for a very long period of time. You play defensive, you do not play offensive, and you do not rush. You are just completely defensive. You could be offensive when you need to be, you could switch it on and off, but you're mainly defensive. You put yourself in a position where your opponent can only push you minimum of multiple ways. So if you're in the house upstairs, there's 3 ways somebody can push you: the window, downstairs, left side, garage, flank, upstairs. You know what I mean? Those 3 pathways upstairs is pretty much all you're watching. What's unique about Gasser is Gasser combines this generation strat with third gen. Third gen strat is more like you push with people to increase your advantage on killing people, but this is a one-on-one. So third gen also has to do with using tacticals and lethals to your advantage on killing majority of your enemies. And he has this ability and this trait, and his name is Gasser, and he uses, I ain't gonna bullshit you, gases. Like everywhere Joke went and anywhere any member went at the time was getting hit by these fucking gases, and they were dying consistently. Half of Gasser's kills was because of his gases, and he places them in places he knows they're gonna push. In the garage, downstairs house. And this and as an opponent, when you get killed by these gases in these places, you realize, okay, I gotta try climbing the window. I gotta try head glitching car and shooting him from the outside. I gotta try flanking the back of the house. Don't go anywhere inside, anywhere. Go up the ladder and shoot him. Here's the big problem. Gasser has these tactics that's it's in stats. So like if you get past his gases, right? Now you gotta deal with the fucking marshals. The marshals, he made the marshals so gay. There was conflict in 9th gen for a couple of months about how it's unfair that he uses the marshals in his gameplay, and only 2 people bitched about it a lot, and that was Dopey and Jope. Because it was unfair, they didn't have it, he had it, even though they used shotguns, it didn't change anything. Like, you know what I mean? Marshals are marshals. But that's the thing. Now you go to the second step of trying to kill Gasser, and that's his marshals. He's running in the house with marshals. He doesn't have his Tech 9. Why would he? If he catches you with those marshals, you are dead. There is no other gun in the game fast enough to kill him off his marshals unless you're shooting him from the back and he literally doesn't see you. So there's number 2. Trying to call in any type of air support or anything is not going to work because he runs the thing that destroys any aircraft in the sky. So that's a no-no. So counter UAV, that's not really going to work on Gasser. So his streak, like everything about his style is defense. It counteracts everything you want to use to get around his shit. So alright, you're getting mixed by his marshals. If you find a couple spots in the map to kill him, then whatever, fine. But now, okay, we're dealing with the Tech 9 now. So the Tech 9 in Cold War is the best gun in the game, hands down. There's no other gun better than a Tech 9. A really advanced player to be getting his ass kicked by a random team, pulls out the Tech 9, just drops like 35 kills like it's nothing. It's that good. It's got that good recoil. It's a great gun. So now, Gasser on top of this has the Tech fucking 9. Gasser abuses the fuck out of it from the window, from the right side garage, or even if he's in spawn and he's about to get spawn trap, he can just clip you off with the Tech 9. The Tech 9 kills you in 2 seconds. So like if your accuracy timing isn't perfect, you're gonna die. The only way to counteract the Tech 9 is if you have a Tech 9 of your own, or you wait for him to be in a position where you shoot him from the back, or you shoot him from an unexpected spot that he never, like a blind spot in the map that he just can't widely see. So Gasser with this style, he went undefeated, I'm pretty sure, for 2 to 3 months until the 3rd lieutenant of 9th gen, Antisocial, joined, and he uses Tech 9s himself as well, and he was able to counteract Gasser's style and spawn trap him. It's just if you're a natural rusher and you are up against a defensive type player, you're going to get the advantage, depending on how you play. So it was Tech 9 versus Tech 9. A rusher is going to do a little bit better than somebody who plays passive aggressive. And the streak, his undefeated streak of 2 to 3 months ended to the 3rd lieutenant. Now let's talk about Gasser's mindset. Gasser's a very communicational person. He calls out shit. You know, he lets you know where the enemy is. He knows strategy. He knows tactics. He works well with the team. If you're on Gasser's team, he's gonna let you know he's not going to tell you where to go, but he's going to inform you on what to expect. So if you're pushing out mid, he's going to let you know that there's a guy camping here and there. And these, like I said, these little callouts help him improve so much as a player than antisocial. Because back in the day, I used to look at these ranks like who's strongest. Like obviously first and second is debatable. First, second, and third. Well, all five are debatable. But the thing is, the numbers don't even matter anymore. It's more or less the player behind the position. The number means nothing. Gasser will do callouts. Like if he was up against a team of antisocial and both their teams were fairly balanced, Gasser's team has quite an advantage against Social's team, because if Social's the best player on his team and Gasser's the best player on his team, antisocial's not going to give callouts, but Gasser is. So Gasser will be able to set his team up with the right guns and the right setup to counteract and neutralize antisocial's gameplay pattern, which will allow Gasser's team to win logically. Gasser, at first he wasn't really that motivated to play multiplayer, but when he did, he was putting in work. Gasser's just not good with the Tech 9 and Marshals. He's good with a variety of weapons. It's just like you gotta look at it as a leader standpoint. Like having Gasser in MVP is very rewarding, because if Gasser was up against a family member, he won't use the Marshals or whatever. He'll use any other gun. He's still really great with a lot of weapons, especially two burst guns. But picture Gasser up against somebody that isn't an MVP, and he plays the same gay way with the Marshals and the Gasses and the tech. He's gonna win. His opponent hasn't faced him multiple times, doesn't know what he's gonna do, and his style is just gonna counteract everything they do. So any trash talk or whatever will get mixed by Gasser. And on top of that, Gasser doesn't make his strategy that obvious. He switches it up a little bit here and there, and he spawn traps. So like, Gasser's an overall talented individual, and he deserves every right to be the 4th lieutenant of MVP's 9th gen. Gasser, compared to anybody on this list, has a high chance at becoming a 6 cap if he ever wanted to. I've been telling Gasser the past few days not to get Modern Warfare, the new Modern Warfare, and he's not, which is great. Past few days he's been telling me he's looking back at the old videos that he had when he was developing as a member, and you know, he misses those good old days. They were fun, but it's just Call of Duty overall. It's not a fun game to play. It never ever was, but it's even worse now with how they construct the game. But what's some other good traits about Gasser? He's just a funny guy. He's a naturally funny guy. He's nice. And he would be the type of leader, I'm pretty sure, that he can train you pretty well. He can give you good advice, give you good attachments, give you good strategies on the map to like hold your own or push. But Gasser's also the type of leader that when it comes to chilling out, when it comes to taking a break off of training, he'll take you to zombies. He'll get you to those high. He can get you to around fucking 500 if he wanted to, and just chill. And you know, he can make a generation for himself have fun. Social can too if he communicates, but if he doesn't communicate, then he's just going to be one of those leaders that's just a try hard and nothing more. He can, like, social, like, you gotta, like, to think of a good leader, he has to have all around like traits, you know what I mean? Gasser can communicate, he can call out, he's on his mic, he's online, he's available. That's obviously going to change throughout the years because we all get older. He's skillful in 1v1. The whole zombies thing is kind of a cap to make you think that he's not good at 1v1s, because that's what I thought. And it didn't really matter either way. I'm pretty sure Joke was going to win, but he lost. Bad. And I'm like, how is a lieutenant losing to a member that just joined? That makes no sense. But yeah, Gasser was training Jacob for a couple weeks, 1v1s and stuff. I didn't even tell them to do it. They just did it because they were bored, and that's great. You have to have this independent mindset when you're a member at your peak when you join MVP. So overall, I think he's going to be really great in this role. There's been a lot of legendary 4th lieutenants. Like off my head, I can say Boy Bear, very loyal here, great kid. Who's the 4th lieutenant of 5th gen? Sympathy, you know, legendary skill. At first, he was, him and Gas had the same mindset at first. You know, I don't really want to try, you know, whatever. Not really that interested in, you know, multiplayer, you know. You know, there's been a lot of great 4th lieutenants. Defend My Honor, you know, another good one. Daniel the Soldier. Riker, I'm pretty sure Riker was 4th lieutenant, or can't remember who was 4th lieutenant of 1st gen. But yeah, he's just a very great guy, and I'm pretty sure if he felt like being 6 cap, he could probably do the position very well. But at the end of the day, you still got to win the tournament, and that's very debatable on who would win that. But Gasser, all I can say for you moving forward, if you want to become 6 cap, things that you could work on, I would have to say is I would have to say, like, to be the role of captain, when you went on that undefeated streak and people were crying and shit like that, to be a captain, you got to have that same mindset of when you join MVP, but it's got to be throughout your 2 years as captain. As like, you're always gonna be cap, but like your 2 years of being the team leader, like your generations, you got to be undefeated for 2 years, not 2 months. And the same way you give advice and everything like that, you got to do it at a greater degree. And I would have to say, when you get to that captain phase, I could explain to you what type of members you need in a generation for the generation to go, like personality traits. But other than that, you have the skill, you have the mindset, you have everything. You're versatile with all the weapons. Any new weapon that comes out, you try to unlock it and get it. You do all the Call of Duty fucking challenges and shit like that. You're gonna do a great job, and I just hope that you and Social can motivate everybody else, all the members underneath you, to get to the same height and caliber that you dish out or display. So keep up the good work, and that's it for Gasser. The next video is going to be the 5th lieutenant of MVP's 9.